And if you don't know,
Let me break it down for you again.
Okay, party people in the house, you're about to witness something you've never witnessed before.
Yeah, I love Scooby Doo. It's still probably my number one favorite cartoon theme song of all time. I remember I used to race home from school. Had the school bus stop was like 3 blocks away. Used to run home so I could get my school boy. Full name Scoobert. Why does a dog have a full name and a nickname and a last name? No clue. And then he has a name and he has relatives, so someone had to tell him the name. And anyway, I get home and make me some pork and beans and hot dogs. I've already discussed on the preparation on like episode 102. Anyway, I had those and the pork and beans and hot dogs and the butter cookies. The butter cookies that look like flower petals. And, and then at one point they made some chocolate chip ones. Just me. Okay. Anyway, Scooby was dope. They had the monster of the week, and then the reveal, and Scoob and Shaggy, and the big tall ass sandwiches that make their neck the same shape as the sandwich, and Fred and Daphne were useless. Fred was supposed to be the leader, stupid ascot. No one cared. He'd disappear, and it never mattered. And Daphne was supposed to be the hot one, but in actuality, Velma was the hot one. Everyone knows Velma was the hot one. And Fred always chose Daphne to go along and left Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby. And people always thought that it was because Fred was sticking it to Daphne, giving her the old Scooby snack. But in the Blu-ray uncut behind the Scoob documentary feature, it was told that Fred was in the S&M and Daphne was a head mistress. It was, hashtag ball gag. Anyway, Velma was clearly the hottest. She had the glasses and the extra short skirt and the giant double D's. And she always, air quote, lost her glasses to find a reason to get on her hands and knees in the short skirt.
I smell pussy.
She was an exhibitionist, this woman. Anyway, I love the villains. And I didn't even get tired of the formula as a kid. I don't remember trying to figure out who the monster really was before they told me. It was just watching it. And some were too easy, but you had some swerves. Old Iron Face was a swerve, but it never mattered. And what was funny was the reasons behind the monsters or ghosts or whatever the hell. Yeah, it was grown up. It was grown up situations, and these people were going through hard times and they had to dress up. I mean, there was art forgery, insurance fraud. There was the witch doctor. He got rid of all the dogs in town that would beat his dog in a dog show. So he got rid of the comp for a dog show. What I hated was Scrappy Doo. No one likes Scrappy Doo. Fuck Puppy Power. And if you liked Scrappy Doo, then you're no friend of mine. He wasn't tough. He was extra annoying, and he wasn't afraid of anything, but he also would have been killed instantly. He added nothing to the show. He only took away. Now, Scooby Dumb, he was dope. He was dumb, but he was dope. He was straight out of the Hokey Finoki swamp. Crazy motherfucker named Dumb. And in the intro, or anytime he met Scooby, he'd give him the ill dap paw shake. And he had a red Kango. We know that whole family was black, right? He had a red Kango and had elaborate handshakes when his uncle showed up. And people sleep on Scooby D. Scooby D was the cousin, and she was a movie star. She was fake though. She had like white fur and blue eyes. She didn't want to embrace her heritage, you see, her lineage. She was the Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj of the family. She was Nicki Doo. Then you had Great Grandpa Scooby and Granddad Scooby. You know, F them. And we especially don't like Great Grandpa Scooby because he liked Scrappy, and anybody likes Scrappy is stupid. Then though, so Scooby Doo was dope because we had the monsters, we had the grown up art crimes and insurance fraud deals, and then the big reveal. Oh, it was Mr. Such and Such. Then they gave us the season with the new Scooby Doo movie. Now those was the illest because those are the ones with the celebrity guest stars. You had Batman and Robin, and Joker and Penguin dressed up as skeletons. I mean, as if their normal attire wasn't. Anyway, and then they were working for some Miss Barker. But here's the thing again, it was a counterfeit money scheme. Like, she would counterfeit money and like send it to Joker and Penguin, and they would launder. I don't know what was going on, but it was crazy. It had the Addams Family was on there, Sonny and Cher. So here's the thing. These were done in 72, but they were new to, us in the 80s. No one bothered to question why these guest stars, why Jonathan Winters and Don Knotts were on the show like they were current stars. I guess you like, well, it was Mork's father and Mr. Furley, but who are these people? Like, why is Sonny and Cher on here? Like, Sonny and Cher is popping off in 1984. But, I mean, imagine if they did the current joint. If they would have had current stars when it dropped in the 80s, we would have had Scooby-Doo and Michael Jackson, and we had a Scooby-Doo with Bill Cosby. We would have Pee Wee Herman on Scooby-Doo. Would have been crazy. But, they had the Globetrotters. We would have had, like, Magic and Bird. Like, Magic would have been like trying to do something in the forum, and Larry Bird would have been dressed up as a ghost. They would have unmasked him, like, oh, it was Larry Bird. or like Prince would have been the ghost in the Michael Jackson episode. We would have got a Mike Tyson episode. We got the Mike Tyson Mysteries cartoon now. Imagine the Mike Tyson episode. He would have been dressed up to scare Evander Holyfield or something. It would have been crazy. That's a good idea for a post. I'm doing it. I don't know when, but I'm doing it. Now, my favorite. Now, look, everybody loved Batman, Robin when they were on there, or the Globetrotters, or the Three Stooges. Three Stooges were funny, but mine was Jerry Reed. Now, the thing is, at the time, I had no idea who Jerry Reed was. I still kinda don't know who Jerry Reed is, but Mystery Inc. was going to his concert, and Jerry was kidnapped by a Viking and the ghost of Davy Crockett. Anyway, why was my favorite was the song he sang while they tried to find him. It was my jam. A Pretty Mary Sunlight. Trivia, it was used on the show before in a chase scene or something. Didn't matter. But when they sang it, or when Jerry Reed sang it on this joint, that was my song. I have to play it.
Pretty Mary Sunlight, she's alright with me. Pretty Mary Sunlight, everything I need. Some people sit around and watch the world go by. They just don't know the fun they're missing. People see me happy and sometimes they ask me why. I tell them, girl, we're made for kissing. I don't need to look around. I'm in heaven since I found my pretty Mary Sunlight. Turn these nights to day.
chase scenes had the best music. And we had the whole going down the corridor with, the Scooby-Doo cartoons are the only cartoon, well, the first cartoons that they always had a hallway with multiple doors on each side, and people just running across the hall and end up out of the door. They always ended up in a house with 9, 10 doors in the hallway. And there were things I always wondered or questioned about Scooby-Doo when I watched, like, why didn't Mystery Inc. ever smarten up? Like, I mean, granted, while I was watching it, I never was like, oh, Mrs. Anderson's gonna be the ghost or anything, but it's just the fact that realistically, I don't know, after 20 times being scared by ghosts turned out to be somebody they already met under a mask or baby powder sprinkled on their face, why didn't they at least say, I'm pretty sure that you're not being haunted. It's probably, I don't know, him, or at least just not be scared, at least be like, okay, I get it. You scared all these people away, but we've been scared enough. We've been in swamps and all kind of crazy stuff. We're immune to being scared at this point. Thanks. And no one was ever murdered. I don't know. Especially the ghost. If the ghosts are transparent, what are they gonna do when they catch you anyway? And we always find that like a sheet on a vacuum cleaner or something. There's never a ghost, except for I think wasn't Grandpappy Scooby-Doo an actual ghost or something? It doesn't matter. And how did they survive? They didn't take any money for solving crimes. Hell, no one even asked them to solve anything, number one. Nobody was like, hey, could you everybody was just happy with being scared away from the old coal mine or whatever. They're just like, hey, there's a ghost out there, so we don't go out there. And, they take it upon themselves, let's investigate. Nobody asked you to do shit. And how did they live? Where did they live? I'm guessing they lived in the Mystery Machine. So it's Daphne, Fred, Velma, Scooby, Shaq. It's 5, and then you had little assholes. 5 people living in a van down by the river. What, did they stop at hotels and wash up? Or how did they even get gas money for the Mystery Machine? I mean, granted, they never changed clothes, so, they didn't have to go to the mall. But I bet the van stunk to high hell. You got dog breath and dog shit and farts and Shaggy's bong and Velva in that short skirt with the 70s bush. That couldn't smell so good. And what was the temperature? Because Velma got the short skirt on, and Shaggy has a t-shirt on, and Fred has on a sweater, shirt, and an ascot. I don't know. Anyway, what did Scooby snacks taste like, or what they were made of? I used to watch like, damn, I want a Scooby. I mean, if you're not gonna go into this room where the crazy witch doctor or the scary clown is, but they'll give you a Scooby snack and you're like, fuck it, all right, I'll do it. I mean, they must be the most delicious things ever. I'm a kid looking like, I want a Scooby snack. Well, all we know for sure is that they're for dogs and adults because Shaggy ate too, but I know they're made in Ohio. Shouts to Ohio. Because they went to the factory on the cartoon. And at some point, there were a whole bunch of flavors of Scooby snacks, but they were destroyed by like a cheese monster. The cheese monster. Let's see. Now, supposedly, they're a brown sugar caramel cookie. That's thorough research from the Clecterns here at the EDP. but that kind of made me want like 112 boxes. I want a brown sugar caramel cookie, but they're called Scooby snacks on the box though. So Scooby was named after the Scooby snacks, but he has a long lineage of family, so was ancestors named after the Scooby. So how long were the Scooby snacks? Because otherwise, wait, am I overthinking a cartoon that's over 40 years old? But no, I remember one time they had Shaggy snacks. They had Shaggy snacks. They offered Shaggy a Scooby snack to do something, and he finally put his foot down and was like, "No, I'm not doing it for no Scooby snacks." And they're like, "Well, what about two?" He's like, "No." And then Daphne poured out some Shaggies. It had his face on it. He was like, "Fuck, I'll do it for some Shaggy snacks."
Hey, don't look at me.
Scooby, will you do it for a few Scooby snacks? You get a bonus snack after you get the 8-man down here, okay?
Okay. Scooby snacks won't work on me this time.
Would you do it for a Shaggy snack?
I remember I used to go to Dairy Queen and I made my own Shaggy snack blizzard. I used to, because when the blizzards came out, it was like, yo, you can get Oreo, cookies and cream, you can get Butterfinger, you get Heath. But then I found out that you could just tell them what you wanted. You can mix your own. And this was, in my Scooby days. And so I was like, I'm gonna make me a Shaggy snack because it was just funny. Now listen, now you gotta think, Shaggy and Scooby ate just about anything. You just put it together. The funniest is when they would make sandwiches and they would deal them to each other like it was playing poker and shuffle up the ingredients. Anyway, so my blizzard, my Shaggy snack, it was Oreos, strawberries, Heath, and banana. Mix all of that up, and that was a Shaggy snack. To eat those. I went and I made one in college. I made me a Shaggy snack, and one of my friends was like, "That is disgusting," and I said, "Taste it," and they said, "I want one," because Shaggy snacks is dope. Now I couldn't rock with any of the spin-offs. I already hated anything that had to do with Scrappy. Like, even in the beginning, he was in a little box that someone kicked off of it. So, all right, so here's the thing. He was in a box with holes in it, and it wasn't like the mail delivery. It seemed like someone just wrapped him up and just kicked him off of it, because he was probably annoying everybody. It's like when Garfield mails Nermal to Abu Dhabi. Someone was just mailing. So, but he just happened to be next to Scooby and says, "Hey, Uncle Scooby, I'm Scrappy." I was like, I got it. But anyway, I couldn't deal with anything with Scrappy. Or the kids, when they did the Scooby-Doo kids or mystery little kid, baby Scooby. I couldn't do it. Even though, I'd rather watch that because then Scrappy didn't exist. I wasn't really a fan there. And plus, I couldn't objectify Velma, so they were kids. And that one season of Scooby-Doo where they changed the theme song, which is the greatest theme song ever, but they changed the theme song and had all the monsters in the line doing the Thriller dance.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? Come on, Scooby, where you been? Trouble's on the loose again. Scooby, they're not gonna get you. Scooby-Doo. Scrappy's gonna help you. Shaggy's gonna make it. And that me too.
What the fuck is this? Why are they doing the Thriller? Why are the monsters together dancing in a chorus line doing the Thriller? Anyway, so I'm sitting and I'm thinking, what are my favorite monsters from Scooby-Doo? And I figured, why not just do do a post on the website. And then when I figured I'd do a post, I figured, yeah, I'd do a quick podcast. Now the monsters was crazy because they weren't really monsters, but you know, you had the Ghost of Captain Cutler. These are on the list on the website, but that was the deep sea diving suit one. They were still in yachts. The 10,000 volt ghost. The 10,000 volt ghost was dope because the thing about that one was you always saw him in the opening credits, but you never saw the episode. It was like the episode never came on. It came on one time. Everything else was reruns, but you would always see the big electric red ghost go to the file cabinet, and they would duck out, and Shaggy and Scooby would go between his legs and run, but we never saw that actual episode for like dumb long. But that one was dope. He was like for real heat melted metal type dude, which when you saw him in the suit, it made no sense. He should have died. And because one, he had on a suit that flamed on or whatever the hell, but his whole face was electric. I don't. You had Charlie, the Funhouse robot, which Funland robot, which was scary on the intro, but the actual episode, he wasn't scary at all. Like on the episode, you see him, they look up, and he had the little beady eyes, and you're like, oh, shit's about to go down. And then the episode, he's just some robot that run real fast that they reprogram. He's petting Scooby. Fuck out of here. But it was still, you know, that was a thing. And then they had that Fireball McFan one with the guy with the red hair, and it ended up being twin brothers that looked nothing like each other, weren't built alike, but they were. Yeah. Creeper, the big green lurch dude, that was a dope one. Who else? Oh, and of course, Old Iron Face. Old Iron Face had sharks that he rode like they were skis, and he would scare people because they were the sharks that were skis were torpedoes that had prisoners from the prison, and they were smuggling them in the torpedoes. And on top of that, Old Iron Face was really a woman. Hilarious. I don't know. Maybe it's just me and reminiscing about Scooby-Doo. If you go and just look back at these episodes, only the first joints and the Scooby-Doo movies. Don't look at all the other stuff. You look at those, they're hilarious. And it had some good 70s funk music. Anyway, I just wanted to take a trip down Scooby Lane and do a quick podcast. It's easy this way. Yeah, I think of a list. I think of something I want to put on there, and I hit go into the studio. And, you know, collect turns. Give me some time in the studio. Open up the mic. Say a little thing. Say a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Bring it to the people. So if you have some Scooby memories, you know, put them in the comments or tweet them to me. Hashtag EDP. Hashtag Scooby. In the meantime, in between time, Rook at the Ramp. That's my favorite thing Scooby-Doo said. Appreciation. I'm out.
With your wrinkle pussy, I can't be your lover.
Why would a contractor need glow-in-the-dark paint? I wonder if this has to do with the glowing ghost. I put my parents $100,000 in debt for that criminal science degree. I need to rethink my life. Shaggy! Oh, my glasses! Oh.
Jinkies! Glowing ghost!
Velma!
Oh my God!
Oh, I just puked right in my f***ing mask.
Velma faces 12 to 18 months of physical therapy with no insurance. While she's on that fun journey, we need someone to fill her role.
Like, dude, me and Scoob already put an ad on Craigslist.
Yeah, Craigslist.
Like, here she is now.
I am Lisbeth Salander.
I know we need a team nerd, but do they always have to be such boner killers?
Hey, Elizabeth. I really like your, hair, eyebrows, makeup, piercings, tattoos, outfit, hygiene, manners, smile, accent. Hey, Fred, turn up the radio.
The owner of this amusement park says a ghost is scaring away all his customers. My plan is we split up.
You are incompetent.
Huh?
The owner of this park is bankrupt. These are his financial records.
Don't implicate me in whatever you're doing.
Lots of honest people file Chapter 11, Lisbeth.
Here are his personal emails. He has $50,000 in gambling debts.
While gambling is a deplorable vice,
Here are receipts for a ghost costume, a one-way ticket to Brazil, and 12 drums of acetone, the most common arson accelerant. He is planning to burn the park for the insurance money, blame it on a ghost, and flee the country.
I say we split up.
Look out!
That is Philip W. Anderson, the president and CEO of this...
Like, run!
You wear too much purple.
I know, it matches my eyes.
The only humans with naturally purple eyes are albinos.
Fine, they're contacts. God, you think you know everything, huh? You think you're so cool. You know, you're not the only one with a badass tattoo.
I think a tumbleweed just blew through my vagina.
I know. It sucks, Fred, sucks. I have the worst boyfriend in the world.
Maybe you could try handcuffing him to your bed.
Oh, I guess that could spice things up.
Yes, and then sodomize him with a stainless steel revenge dildo.
Oh, so that's how these girls play. Oh.
This whole park smells like sex all of a sudden, and I get stuck with a four-legged tang repellent.
Rangry Raren, Ravy Ritswar Roll Rat.
Did you just diss the soul patch?
It's a rose.
Look, it was the amusement park owner after all.
Imbecile.
We actually solved the mystery without Velma.
And without a tacked-on car chase and explosion. Unlike the girl with the dragon tattoo.
Oh, thanks for the critique, guys.
Steve Larson, author of The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Maybe I would have done a second draft if I hadn't died of a f***ing heart attack.
Like, hey, old dude, did you lose a contact lens?
I just took a hammer to the skull. I think my f***ing retina flew off.
Oh.
Ruby, Ruby, Roo!